Okay, so some interesting news regarding Dragon Ball Heroes anime. We got bios and information on the characters, but the thing that really got me a little bit like, wait, hold up.
That's how it be though. Nothing but great effort just to get a C though. Eyes watching, but we never seem to be though.
My knowledge of Dragon Ball Heroes is a bit minimal, but based on, the images we had, I knew there was going to be some sort of clashing of Gokus of a sort, because we've seen Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but now we have a little bit more information on this Goku, and it seems as though this is the first time, at the very least, that I could think of in anime form, that we're truly having a different Goku that isn't exactly the Goku we know. It's Goku, but it's from a different era, I guess you could say. So I'm actually really interested. We also have a little more information on this evil, really sick looking Saiyan. I ain't gonna lie, that's like the most sick design I've seen thus far from Dragon Ball Heroes, and just a lot of information on the characters in general of what's in store for us with Dragon Ball Heroes. But I gotta say again, it really feels as though with Dragon Ball Heroes coming to fruition, which I believe the first episode is going to be premiered in a small place in Japan, and then the second episode is July 16th if I'm not mistaken. It's a couple weeks off from it. So I'm not sure exactly how they're going to be premiering this thing. I don't know if we're going to get a simulcast with Crunchyroll, Funimation. Nothing has been announced yet. So it's going to be interesting to see how long we're going to have to actually wait to get our hands on this. But again, it seems as though the Dragon Ball verse is starting to really on a mainstream level, because obviously Heroes has been around for a while and all that stuff, but now with everything connecting and having an anime form of it, it's starting to look like we're going into the DC Comics route with Dragon Ball, where there's going to be different versions of Goku. I don't know exactly how strong this XENO Goku is going to be, because again, we see that he could go Super Saiyan 4. A lot of people argue back and forth that Super Saiyan 4 is irrelevant power-wise compared to Blue. I guess I'll start off asking, do you feel that way, that Super Saiyan 4 is completely outclassed compared to the God mode? Kind of curious, or the Super Saiyan Blue God mode, whatever. So that's something there. But again, you know how there's so many different forms of Superman, for example. There's pre-crisis Superman and all of these forms, where that's why it's hard to gauge a big battle. But we've always had, like, with the death battle, we've had one Goku born on planet Vegeta and blah blah blah. Now when we're having the XENO Goku, it's going to be interesting to see. And in the future, when we get more death battles, or whoever does battles of Goku versus Superman, now we're going to have to calculate different versions of Goku. Like, okay, are we using XENO Goku? Because again, I don't know how strong he is exactly. Even if he's Super Saiyan 4, maybe this guy has been through the ringer, depending on what trials and tribulations he's been through. So it's gonna be interesting to kind of calculate those things in the future. And again, with all of this time jumping and dimension jumping, we don't know exactly, the power scaling here. But let's jump into starting off with the information that we have on some of these characters. So of course we have Son Goku, a kind-hearted Saiyan who trains every day to be the strongest. He heads to the prison planet where Trunks has been supposedly taken. So just our Goku will be a part of this. The one that we're, accustomed to at this point, the one we've seen in Super and all of, is just Son Goku. So the real Goku, the one that we're, accustomed to, will be a part of it. It's not just going to be this XENO Goku, which that's good news, because at the end of the day, one, you want to keep on having Dragon Ball be successful. You got to keep on following the motto that has not been broken, and that's that people are really enjoying what we've gotten thus far of, this Goku and these characters or whatever. You mess with it too much, people are going to start going, ugh, like with GT, for example, where you turn Goku into a little kid and all this stuff. Thankfully, at least we know for sure our Goku will be a part of this. Next up, we have Vegeta. In order to rescue his son Trunks, who returned from the future, he resolves to head to the prison planet. He's suspicious of the mysterious man, Fu. Of course, did anybody doubt Goku and Vegeta would be a part of this? Yeah, okay, we're gonna have, Beats and whoever else that are gonna be the main focuses or whatever, but come on. Goku and Vegeta are staples. It's the Goku and Vegeta show half the time anyway, you know what I mean? So I didn't doubt for a second Goku or Vegeta would be in this. I was just a little skeptical on which Goku, but no, our Goku will be a part of this, and Vegeta, and we're getting a little bit more insight, obviously, that they're heading to this big prison planet and this arc that we're headed towards with the first episode and the beginning of Dragon Ball Heroes. Next up, Trunks from the future, which is a big deal because they know, Namco Bandai, Shueisha, everybody knows future Trunks is a big deal. I even remember going far back to when it was playing on Toonami, Dragon Ball Z. Before Trunks appeared, they had to tell fans, because they used to show fan art of Dragon Ball or whatever, they had to tell fans, please stop submitting art of future Trunks. He has not appeared yet in the broadcast of, Dragon Ball Z. That's how popular this guy bias, and to this day, you know, a lot of people will say that the Goku Black arc was the biggest and their favorite arc of Dragon Ball Super, and a lot of that has to do with Future Trunks. He always comes bringing his baggage. Future Trunks is like that one ex-girlfriend that, like, you know what I'm saying, you kind of you distance yourself from her, but she comes back and there's more trouble that she brings this time around. It's like, Trunks, just stay over there, okay? He came from the future to receive training from Goku and the others on Beerus's planet, but has now been imprisoned by somebody on the mysterious prison planet, which I'm noticing they're abusing the words prison planet. We get it. This is a planet of prison. They got the shackles, they got you, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we get it. Now, I guess a question you got to ask is, why did he come from the future to get training from Goku and, you know, the people or whatever on Beerus's planet? Is there another threat in the timeline that he's in? Did he just want to get stronger to secure his future of wherever he's at? Why did Trunks come back this time? It's like, what baggage is this man bringing so that we can resolve it? Come on, Trunks. Like, yo, handle your own. I'm sorry. It's just funny. Trunks really always comes. Whenever Future Trunks comes, if I was in the Dragon Ball verse, no lie, I would start having massive anxiety attacks seeing Trunks showing up like, oh my god, what is it now? Is it androids? Is there a clone of Goku? Like, what news are you bringing this time, bro? Can you just get the fuck up out of here, please? Next up, Mai, which obviously Trunks, that's his girl, you know, that's his boo thing. That's, you know, he already entered cuffing season with Mai. She will be a part of this. She came from the future with Trunks, so, you know, they were in the time machine getting their boogie oogie on. On Beerus's planet, she cooks and does other things to help with the training. Woo! She cooks. Well, okay, because I know feminists and all of that stuff, they're already, why is she cooking? Why is the woman blah blah blah? But because we know Beerus and Whis, they love to eat, especially Beerus, that's probably the trade-off. Is like, okay, I will cook for you guys, just train my mans up, okay? You know, I give everyone tuggies too, but just train my mans. I cook, give tuggies and all that, just train my man. But when she learns Trunks has been imprisoned on the prison planet, oh god, again, she heads there despite knowing the risks. And that's why Mai is a ride or die, down ass female. You gotta give it up to Mai. Like, yo, she rides with her mans. Like, I don't really care about the chibi Mai that we have in our timeline of Dragon Ball Super or whatever. This Mai, though, the future Mai, I don't know what it is. People that grow up in that timeline of Future Trunks, they're all just badasses. So kudos to Mai. Now we have Fu. This is a character that I'm not too familiar with. I believe he was in, I want to say, Xenoverse, and I still was a little bit like, huh, who's that? A mysterious man who brings news that Trunks has been taken to the prison planet. Immediately, I'm suspicious of him. Like, why are you coming? Why didn't you try to do something? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can't do. Why are you? I don't know. Though he claims to be Trunks' friend, his true identity is unknown, definitely very suspicious. His aloof personality makes it difficult to tell what he's thinking. Probably he's the bad guy. I don't really know about Fu too much. Maybe he's the bad guy, or maybe he has a stake in all of this. Like, I'm Trunks' friend. We've never heard of you, bro. Like, what type of friend? Were you his cellmate or something? Like, were y'all, the times get dark and Trunks never thought he would get up out of there, so he was like, yo, for the stay, I'm ready to play, Trunks, and he got out? Or is this all his mastermind plan to gather ki? Like, what's going on here? Again, I don't really know anything about Fu, so it's not like I'm giving slight spoilers. I don't know about this dude. Then, this is the one that really inspired me to even make this video. Son Goku XENO, which, by the way, both Gokus will, of course, be played by Masako Nozawa, which more than likely, if we get a dub at some point, it'll be played by Sean Schemmel, which is kind of cool. I hope she does like what she normally does with Gohan and Goten and all the characters, where she has a slight difference. If XENO Goku, which we're about to read a little bit of the description of him, if he's different than our Goku in any way, let's get a little bit of an inflection. If he's older than our Goku, or there's something there, let's get a little bit of a different voice inflection, you know what I'm saying? Just a distinction, so it's not like, holy shit, it's the same voice talking, you know what I'm saying? But then again, we don't know how many times they're going to be talking and around each other, whatever. But also, if we have the visual of them fighting, I'm curious, like, are the Xeno characters somewhat under control by a villain, or are they thinking that they're traitors? Like, why would even they fight if this is also Goku? But let's read. A Son Goku from another dimension who works for the Time Patrol. Now, in case you ain't played Xenoverse or whatever, or you're unfamiliar with it, or even going back to Dragon Ball Online, the Time Patrol is pretty much something that I want to say Trunks and Akai had set up in order to go back and fight things that people were going back in time and changing events. So they set up this crew to go back in time and, like, you know, put restore order, so to speak, and the balance of what actually happened historically. So like if somebody went back and made it that Nappa kicked Goku's ass, they go back and they stop that from happening. So if he joined at some given point, I'm kind of curious what dimension. So is this like a different timeline altogether where maybe Goku never met Chi-Chi, but things still occurred and went down the direction that they did, but he's slightly different, like, or is just a different, like a distant future Goku where the time patrol, or I'm kind of curious what led him to becoming a time patroller in that dimension or timeline. He seems to be investigating the prison planet, but if you followed my Dragon Ball Super spoiler videos, the but always is a big deal. Maybe there's something more to it. Again, why would this Goku be fighting our Goku? Maybe this Goku is distorted and evil. I don't know. Maybe there's something more. Maybe he's under control by this Fu guy. Again, these are a lot of speculations that I have, but I have no idea. Either way, I hope that he sounds slightly different. I hope he's really badass, and if he can go Super Saiyan 4, I'm curious if they're gonna spill any events of GT to the characters of, like, you know, because I'm assuming that the characters like, you know, our Goku and our Vegeta are right around the Super era, because I believe they also even covered a certain part, the Tournament of Power, in the Heroes games and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that our Goku, again, this is around the time where we were left off in Dragon Ball Super. Is he gonna know about, like, well, supposedly or potentially in this timeline we could have this baby guy, you could go this form, or could he teach it to him? Maybe, who knows? Like, if they decide to make all of this into one big canon, Goku could learn about Super Saiyan 4, do it in our timeline, and still disregard GT, which I'm hoping that they really disregard GT. It's like, as much as GT is cool and the ending is the perfect ending for any Dragon Ball anime, I want new stuff, and I want them to explore what these characters would be like in that era without actually having to do GT. You know what I'm saying? Another one, Cooler, which Cooler, obviously, he's a movie guy, so I'm kind of curious how they're going to play that. Or are people going to know of them? Or again, are they going to make it so that all of these things are just like the Dragon Ball Multiverse manga, where it's just like, whoa, listen to that. He teams up with Trunks in order to escape from the prison planet. That is cool. It kind of reminds me of One Piece's Impel Down arc, where all the villains were locked up and we had Luffy in there and they were all running together. That is really freaking cool and exciting, and from what I know, based on a lot of the visuals that came out, we might get some really epic transformations, the Golden Cooler. I don't know if they're going to actually implement that into the anime, but this is going to be really hype, and I'm glad they're bringing in Cooler. We all love the Frieza family. King Cole was a boss. Of course, Frieza, the maniacal monster. I'm curious how they're going to play it off. Are they going to make it that we know who Cooler is, or are they going to completely disregard the movies and just like, oh yeah, I'm Frieza's brother, blah, blah, blah. And lastly, the evil Saiyan with one of the most sick Saiyan designs in all of Dragon Ball. His VA is Rikiya Koyama. So I'm unfamiliar with who that actor is, but a mysterious warrior interred by Fu on the prison planet. With his astonishing power, he rampages through the prison planet and overwhelms Goku and company. This is gonna be hype. I am really excited for this evil Saiyan. I'm looking forward to seeing how strong he is. I'm looking forward to seeing that design and motion, and all around, I ain't gonna lie, two Gokus. One is a XENO Goku that I don't know if I trust him too much. Another one is this Fu guy that I don't know if I trust too much. Trunks coming back with his Ride or Die Mai. Cool, like, there's a lot of really cool and no pun intended, exciting things for Dragon Ball Heroes to come. I'm kind of curious, for starters, what do you guys think regarding all of this madness? Like, do you think that the XENO Goku is somebody that we can't trust? Maybe he's been tainted, or he's under control by somebody else. Fu, is he truly Trunks' friend? Why did he come here? The evil Saiyan, who is he? Is he just a brand new Saiyan, or he's a Saiyan from a different dimension where Planet Vegeta never got KO'd? Like, a lot of questions, and I ain't gonna lie, Dragon Ball Heroes is really starting to get very exciting the more and more I hear about certain aspects. I didn't know that we were gonna have this XENO Goku that was a time patrol. I wasn't too familiar. I knew we were gonna see a Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but I'm glad again though that the staples that we do love and care about, the Goku from our time, the Vegeta from our time and our dimension, all that, are going to be a part of it. I'm curious why they're not really pushing Beat too much, the seemingly actual main characters. I'm kind of curious how they're going to play all this off, or are they going to just disregard him altogether? Maybe that's a possibility. They might not show those aspects. They might just play it like a straight up Dragon Ball anime. Gonna be interesting to see. And your overall thoughts and expectations for Dragon Ball Heroes. I really hope we get a simulcast. I really hope, because depending on how they play this off, this could be a really exciting thing. And I mean, at the end of the day, a new Dragon Ball anime, baby. Like, who ain't excited if you love some Dragon Ball regardless? You know what I'm saying? That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, stalk my Facebook, and follow me on Twitch to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.
We making major moves, laughing at the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, cream stack. Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. But now it's whatever, one day I'll be your favorite, but never. No matter how